If something's going directly to an outlet and it was never made to actually go on a shelf in a regular store, then where has that RRP price come from in order for you to discount it? Surely the discounted price was going to be the price the whole time. Hey everyone, these designer outlet places that you get globally, I'm going to give a few references to Bicester Village in the UK in this, only because that's what I've got to reference, although I've also been to designer shopping outlets in Portugal and Italy in the past, so I kind of will give a bit of a mention to them because they were exactly the same as Bicester Village, to be honest. So wherever you are, what I'm going to talk to you about, if you know of an outlet, what I'm going to talk to you about is as relevant for you as it is for someone in the UK. So, what is a designer outlet? Things that you need to be very aware of when you shop in them. What kind of brands go there? What is the stock like? And what are the discounts like? I'm also going to do at the end of this the first and only thing I have ever bought at Bicester Village, and I was surprised about. It is a new handbag. I was surprised that this was even there. My husband is the reason why I know of things to do to beware of not getting caught out here, because he was the one that told me to do this before I went ahead and bought it. What kind of brands are there? Typical brands that tend to be in outlets include Coach, Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Dior is included at Bicester Village in the UK. You've also got places like Christian Louboutin, Calvin Klein, the White Company, which in the UK they sell in like home interiors, bedding and things like that. There are a really big selection of top-end brands that go there, brands that you wouldn't expect to see at a designer shopping outlet. The products there are not always that amazing, and this is why I have never bought from a place before. And please, for any of you in other countries, if you know of outlets where the stock is good, please share it below, because I've got loads of you, it's crazy, but I have loads of you globally who watch, and I know that you help each other out when you actually share that information. If I show you here what was in Dior, notice a lot of the bags. Now this particular bag, although they're really pretty, they're really nice actually, and I would say if you like them, go and get them because the price was good as well. They're they're under 2,000, but that bag was discontinued back in 2018. So you can see how old the bags are. If you think you're going to go there and buy a saddle bag or a Lady Dior or a book tote, you're really unlikely to, unless those items were made in a funky, weird designer pattern that no one decided to buy, so they've ended up there. I did see one book tote when I went in, but that book tote was kind of in crazy colours, and I could see why it hadn't sold, because it really wasn't that nice in my opinion. Secondly, be aware that a lot of the items being sold in outlets never saw the light of day in your regular stores. They have been created specifically for outlets. I had a lot of you telling me about Coach items, and I think you were explaining that on the labels of some of these Coach items there is a series of dots, and I think you said depending on the number of dots dictates whether it only ever went to an outlet or not. And when I went to Coach, I will say there was nothing there I saw that I've ever seen before. There was nothing actually in there at all that even vaguely caught my eye. So be aware of that as well. If you're going there because you've always longed for a certain bag, it is probably highly unlikely that, unless it's in a weird, wacky colorway, that you're actually going to be able to find that there. You know, most of this stuff, it just never goes on sale. The only thing that does tend to be more current is the ready-to-wear in all of these stores. With the ready-to-wear, what you end up getting is, at that time of year, what was out at the same time of year the previous year. So for example, just now in Dior, a lot of the late summer collection is available. And actually, I will say one thing for Dior: if you're into any of the t-shirts and tops that actually have a Dior logo on, I've always seen that kind of thing in there, both men and women, and the discounts in Dior are 40%. Pretty much across everything, they're 40%. You can also get the guitar straps in there. for the bags, albeit not the logoed up oblique ones, but you can get a lot of really pretty guitar straps in there for 40% off. Typical discounts can be anywhere from 20 to 45%, but it depends on the store that you go into, and it also depends on the item in question. For example, I went into Balmain, and some items, they had current items in there, stuff that's actually still available in Harrods to buy. For example, this jacket is actually still in Harrods. This, I can't remember what the discount was on this, but you'll go and look at one item and it will be like 45%, and you'll look at another more popular item like the Balmain blazers and that might only be 30%. So it's not like one flat fee per brand. If you're going to go early in the morning and go on a weekday. And I say go early in the morning because this is when most of the brands get new stock come in. And actually, if you ask in many of these stores, the SAs in there, they don't even know what they're going to get. It's not like actually if you go into Harrods where they know what's coming through. When it actually comes down to these outlets, they get a whole load of stuff and they don't know what's going to be in it. Another thing to do, this is a big thing, and I can't speak for globally, but at Bicester Village, the SAs are really open to sharing contact details with you, and I don't know why that is. The SAs at Bicester Village have always been very friendly compared to actually going in the boutiques directly in London, and they have always been overly keen almost to share contact details so they can WhatsApp you about products. And I've had this in Saint Laurent, and I also had it the other day in Balmain, where the lady in there was wearing a top I really liked, and it was sold out. She was like, I'll take your details and I'll message you. A lot of the places aren't like that when you actually go to the boutiques directly. So if what you want isn't in, do ask. I've even been into Saint Laurent before and they've had the college bags. So there is a tip for you, stay in touch with them. And then the final thing before I show you my bag is beware of fake discounts. I was going to buy this Fendi bag and the discount on it was really tempting, but I didn't want to go and buy it straight away because I wanted to still have a look round. And when we were outside walking around, my husband actually said to me, you should Google that bag and make sure that it's not a fake discount, because earlier that day we went into Alexander McQueen. Everything's discounted, you know, imagine that. They had these in there, which are a really classic shoe, and these, if you buy them, are around about £420. And we went in there and I saw them on the shelf and I thought, oh no, are they going to be sort of 200? And you know, I didn't actually pay full price for these because I'll tell you in 1 second. But I looked at the label and they were $420. They weren't discounted at all. But I can easily see why you'd go in, you'd look at them, you'd think, I've always wanted those. Oh, $420. They must have been £600 originally, and that you fall into the trap. Before you buy anything in these places, unless they were made specifically for an outlet, but even if they were, Google them. Because these you can buy on Farfetch for even cheaper. Those weren't discounted at all. Make sure that you do your checks before you go and buy anything. And I want to say all of that because I don't want you to go there and be really excited and think you're going to go and buy a Lady Dior and some Chanel stuff, because it's very unlikely to happen. Chanel are never at these kinds of places anyway. And yeah, just be aware. But it's also really good for cosmetics, I will say. You can get, sorry, I'm putting my stuff on the floor. You can go there for cosmetics and get loads of like Clinique, Shiseido, MAC stuff for really cheap. So it's really good for that. Anyway, onto this. Let me show you what I purchased and how much I got it for. Is that my receipt? Yes, it's this, which is a bag that I've wanted for a long time, although I'd always wanted it in black, but I could never really bring myself to pay full price for it. And then I saw it in this colour and I thought, I'm surprised, but I like this colour more, and it's this. Look at this cute little backpack. This was, let me tell you, it's in like a mauvey colour. But I tried it on with an outfit that I was wearing at the time that was a black outfit, and it actually really went because it just added like a bit of colour. And I also have lots of tops, like jumpers this colour, and I thought you know, I'm really trying to wear summery bags in the winter now, and I'm wearing loads of white bags as well at the moment. And there is a way of doing it, because I love coloured bags, and I just don't want to have them sat on the shelf for half of the year, because they don't really work with winter outfits. So I'm working on that. But how much was this? This was £1,690. I did a Google search outside with David, and that's exactly how much it was online. I got it for £1,015. So a really pretty good discount there. I had a lot of you actually saying in that video when you saw that, I had one of you saying that you'd been that week and you'd seen it. I had a lot of you saying, oh, that's so nice, you know. But is it a good day out? It's a very good day out, because there's lots of things to do and lots of places to walk around. One downside I will say is to do with restaurants in that place, specifically Bicester Village. There are only 2 proper sit-down restaurants. There is a Pret where you can sit down, but if you want something that you can sit down at for a little bit longer, like Pret's quite buy, eat, go. If you want to go and sit down for a bit longer, there's only 2 places. There's one called the Farm Shop, which we ate in, that was really nice. And there's another one which is more of a pub cafe place, and I can't remember the name of it. But because they're the only 2 places, the queues tend to be quite long. So just bear that in mind. So that's what I bought. They're my thoughts on it. Don't be fooled by the prices, because a lot of the prices aren't actually that cheap, and I don't always believe in what they claim the RRP was. Mainly because if something's going directly to an outlet and it was never made to actually go on a shelf in a regular store, then where has that RRP price come from in order for you to discount it? Surely the discounted price was going to be the price the whole time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.